Hey everybody, Gentile here. Points to ponder when you're navigating in the court and child support arena. It's very important when you enter a new system or arena that you learn the rules of the game. Understand what the tasks of each player involves. For example, what does the judge owe you as far as listening to the particulars of your case? You also need to know, who does that courtroom belong to? Then you may ask, who funds the courtroom? What purpose does it serve? And what does it take to let the players involved know that you mean business? It's very important to understand that when you go in there, you are to be taken seriously, and you need every skill that you have in order to carry that off. So when it comes to being in front of a judge, I find that it's imperative to understand what a judge is there for. If a judge doesn't want you to speak, you can always ask why, hear the reason, and you can determine if you're speaking about the facts. You can refresh the judge's memory to the Judicial Code of Conduct, which refers to if you're speaking about the facts of the case, that you have a right by law to be heard. Another thing you may want to say in front of a judge is, if you haven't had the chance yet to speak, you may ask, when may I speak? Certain situations that arise in the courtroom, if you don't understand, you may also ask for clarification. Basically, when you're hearing things in the courtroom, it's okay to feel uncomfortable, but still have some notes so that you could refer to your notes and you could stay the course, ask questions despite how you feel. What to say to a mediator? When you're about to make a decision with the other party in mediation, the agreement of the mediation may include words that say, we have communicated and reached an agreement. Now, that sentence has a lot of meaning. When you communicate, the goal of the communication is to gain information, and in the situation with the children, it's to benefit for the best interest of the child, and so that you all can co-parent successfully, so that when you sign the mediated agreement, you both have a full understanding of what's going on, and you're satisfied with the decision that you made regarding the child, whether it's timeshare, whether it's tax credit, etc., etc. Now, if a mediator would say to you, the judge may not grant you what you want, and you feel so uncomfortable that you sign the agreement so you don't go in front of a judge, I ask the question, is that really successful communication, or is that a manipulation to get you to sign the agreement? So you have to have your antennas up for that one, because if you sign an agreement in fear, that is not the way to move forward with success. So ask yourself, how can I control that so that I don't sign the agreement? There are many ways to do that. If you want, you could call Sean to go into some details from our educational tip books. Okay, another thing to do with the mediation is when you're in front of a mediator, just because there's a mediator there, know that what your wants and desires are good for you, and you need to communicate them effectively, and the other party has the opportunity to either agree or disagree. No one really is there to tell you that your desire is not sound, providing that you're just a hardworking person and you don't have a long jail record. So there's a lot of things to consider with the mediator, and remember to remain in full control of your show. The other party, how to communicate with your ex is one that requires thorough communication. Respect is an important part of the communication. If you don't have respect, you really will have nothing, and that could jeopardize the case. The other party could literally turn the child against you. So you want to stop that from happening by having clear boundaries. What is respect to you? What is respect to the other party? One example could be no negative comments made to the child. Another one could be encourage love and affection. And then you would sign the agreement after all the aspects of respect are discussed. And then if the other party's lagging in treating you with respect, you could A, take them back to court, B, you could set leadership skills so they could see the example in you. And in order to pull that off, you need to have strong boundaries, you need to acknowledge your feelings, and you need to move forward, stay the course every single day so that you communicate effectively with your ex. What to say to your child? So many times children need to hear positive words from parents when they're going through a challenging time. Some of the words you can use could empower your child. For example, I want you to reach your potential. I want you to be successful. And to be successful, we need to conduct ourselves in a way that we each respect each other. In order to give the child the extra support, sometimes engaging a licensed therapist is the way to do it, because it's a person who's not emotionally involved, and you use those resources in our community so that the child has somewhere to go. And the best gift that you can share with your child would be that emotional support. Emotional intelligence is overlooked in our community, and that's the one thing that your child could benefit most from. Another couple thoughts to ponder in general are, we often would like everyone to give us all the information so that every step of the way is such a pleasurable process to receive information and feel the joy of being informed. So often that doesn't happen. In fact, people try to dissuade you from taking positive action and show that they really don't care that you're informed. In fact, they would prefer that you know nothing and just go back and retreat and amount to nothing. But despite this, despite what you think this is, being, as I've said in other tip videos, a jungle or a cesspool or quicksand, you must still own the full responsibility of obtaining the information. And the others who don't want to give it to you, that's just where they're at in the process. Some people think the cup is empty, and some people know that it overflows. So by you obtaining the information and feeling that powerful joy, it will just help you and others. And you just have to understand that. It's sometimes no rhyme or reason. So my best to you.